Hi, my name is Don. This is my buddy Dave. Dave just bought a really old Ford pickup truck in British Columbia. We're going to take her all the way across the country back to the Oakville plant where she was originally manufactured. 50 years she's been out west and now we're driving her home.
Waylon's got an interesting story. Waylon was living in Texas. He was working at a radio station and Buddy Holly was like, I'm going on tour and I need a bass player. And he came in with a bass and gave it to Waylon. And Waylon's like, I don't play bass. Like, you got 2 weeks to learn it. And then we're going on this tour with the Big Bopper and the famous guys who died in the plane crash. Could have been Waylon, but he gave his seat to the Big Bopper. And Waylon was all clean cut back then. He was clean cut, and then only daddy will walk the line. He's a suit wearing slickster. And then slowly just kind of they weren't having a lot of success in Nashville. Him and Willie and all that, sort of the Nashville elite didn't really like their sound and didn't let them in, right? Yeah. You did it their way. You used their band, you used their recording studio, they approved your tunes. Mafia style. And so Willie and Waylon they weren't doing well. It was killing them too. So Willie goes back down to Texas and he finds his crowd of hippies and cowboys. And he invites Waylon down, and Waylon's like, well, I better go down. And he sees this new crowd that became their tribe of outlaw country fans. And slowly the hair grows, they get a little gnarlier, they start doing more pills, switch from pills to cocaine, and start recording tons and tons of tunes. Willie and Waylon and the boys. Must have been a fun but exhausting ride.
Kind of like this one.
Driving down to Nashville in a $100 car. Driving down to Nashville in a $100 car. Got my sights set on a recording deal. I was gonna be a star with a bottle full of whiskey.
That's not good.
What's the next town? We gotta let it cool, and we gotta put that hose back on better. So it was getting hot. So we pulled over to get a beauty shot, and we did. And I noticed we were dripping. We just started dripping some coolant. And then I looked at the temp gauge. It's skyrocketed. It's not a good thing. Plan is we go to the next service station, and it's already cooled down. See, go to the next service station, we top it up with coolant, and we're good.
One thing we learned on this trip is that there's not a lot of gas stations in Northern Ontario. And if you should be so lucky as to find a gas station that's open, it might not have coolant, like the gas station that we went to. And if you're in that kind of situation, your best bet is to just get lucky and meet a nice gentleman named Ray like we did. Ray saw us struggling in the parking lot and he came over and he introduced himself. And he was a real truck guy. He had a 1953 GMC dump truck that he had restored and had the same straight six in it that we got. Ray went back to his house and grabbed us some coolant, some hose clamps. He had us set up and back on the road in less than 30 minutes. Ray, God bless you, man.
I want to talk to my doctor. What's a normal world of farts, you know? We made it, Don. It's a miracle. I'm gonna say it now. See, Toronto's not just a
Well, we pretty much made it home in one piece, and so did the truck. It's been 50 years since she left the old Oakville plant, and a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things still haven't. The Prime Minister's name is still Trudeau, and Colin Kaepernick is unemployed. The CIA is still doing questionable things, and everybody's still flying around in 747s listening to the Beatles. I wasn't around back in 1968, but this truck was, and the way she runs it looks like she's got at least another 50 years in her. Wonder how things will be different then. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
So we made it all the way back to the Oakville assembly plant, where this baby was made 50 years ago. The plant looks a lot different, but she hasn't changed a bit. Thanks a lot for taking the ride with us, guys, and we'll see you next time. Hi, my name's David, and this is my 1968 Ford F-100. I've had a great time driving across Canada, and I really appreciate having the Ford Truck Enthusiast Forum there to help me. You see, the forum's a great place to get all your questions answered and interact with people who love Fords as much as you do. I even met up with a couple members. So I suggest you get on the Ford Truck Enthusiast Forum today and get your Ford running right.
And remember, actual registration figures prove Ford trucking costs less because Ford trucks last longer.